Like the first thing that came out of his mouth is,
It ain't mine.
"You a floozy."
You're a floozy.
What's good, y'all? Lonnie Appleton here, coming to you with a quick little theory on why men cheat. Now, later I'm going to loop Dre in because I give all of these perspectives from the female perspective when it comes to why men do what they do, as if I know why men do what they do. I just know from experience and a fair amount of market research to know I might know a thing or two, but let's loop my hubby in and see if he agrees with my theory on why men cheat. If you are curious about why men cheat, stay tuned. I've always wanted to say that. Anywho, I really think that men cheat because it's easier. It's easier to cheat. Now, well, duh, right? When I say that it's easier to cheat, it's non-committal. There's no threat of, okay, this can lead to something sustainable, because it can't. He's already connected somebody else. Now, if he's dating, I've heard many times from women who are married, until you're married, you're single. Doesn't matter if you're dating, doesn't matter if you're engaged, until you are married on that paper, not we've been together and that's my wifey, that's my husband. No, until you are legally married by law in God's eyes, you're single. That's what most married women think. I don't know if I necessarily subscribe to that ideology. Anyway, so when a man is in a relationship with somebody, whether they're dating, engaged, married, that is their commitment. So it's easier for them to go off and cheat because there's no threat of commitment. It's easier for him to give you his time. It's easier for him to give you his body. It's easier for him to give you all those things, because at the end of the day, when it gets too real and too tough, he could always say, I'm married. I have a girlfriend. I have a fiance. So that's my theory on why men cheat. Now, I can't get into the mentality of it all as far as the motivation of why men cheat. I'm not here to discuss that, but I wanted to, especially on the heels of this J.R. Smith cheating scandal. His wife's on social media praying over him and, Lord, please. Dude's gonna do what he gonna do. You know, men are gonna do what they want to do. And I just find it difficult to believe that men on that level, of that caliber, are faithful. Now, there are, all men do not cheat. I don't believe that. I used to believe that. But now I'm in a space in my life that I do not believe that all men cheat. And I heard JoJo Simmons say in an interview yesterday with the Breakfast Club, and it really resonated with me. He said, the only men who find being married to be a shift or a change are the men who weren't ready to be married in the first place. Men that are ready to be married, when they get married, it's just bringing in a piece of paper. So the only thing that changed was the legality of it. But the way that I treat you, my commitment to you, and what we have between us, it's not a big shift. It's not a big change. So dudes who are still trying to be out there, trying to, doggy dog wag their tail and be sniffing up under the butts of whatever females are out there, then when they get married, they feel the pressure of being married, because now I am being forced into a position that I don't want to be in. And then you may have that rebellion aspect of things. You're forcing me into a position even though I chose to be here. 99% of the time, I hope that men choose to get married. But, they're forced into a position whether they choose to be in that position or not. And then they rebel and they buck and they go and they just spaz the hell out. I know dudes out there who were cheating on their wife the night of their wedding. Yes. That particular dude's not married anymore, but it happens. So there's men out there who are getting married for no reason at all except for either kids, whatever. We're not getting into that. But I do believe that it's just easier. It's easier for men to cheat because they have their commitment. They've already took the plunge. It took them longer probably to get into that committed relationship that they're in. So all the stuff that you see with single men, the dragging their feet, the excuses, all the different things, all the things that you see with a single man. You don't see those things with a married man. You don't see those things with a man who has a girlfriend. You don't see those things with a man who has a fiance. You don't see those things because there's no fear of commitment. At the end of whatever we got going on, me and Mrs. Jones, whatever it is, I'm going back home to my wife. I'm going back home to my commitment. So think about that, ladies. When you are confronted with a man who's in a relationship and he's promising you the world, they rarely leave whoever they're with. And if they do leave, is that really how you want to get them? Because chances are, and I mean, people grow, they evolved. I cheated once in my life, but that was after realizing that I was being cheated on. And I also was in the midst of mental manipulation, and he really screwed my mind and had me thinking that I was nothing without him. I couldn't survive without him. And so I didn't have the strength within me. I was so young, 14-year difference between us, and I was only 18 at the time. I was so young that I didn't know that I could survive on my own. So when I found out that he was cheating on me, my response was, that's cool. I'm gonna live here and we gonna do what we do, and I'm gonna go do what I do. So I have cheated in my life, but I'm not a cheater. And I guess that's a different discussion to have too. Is there a difference between cheating and being a cheater? I believe that there's a difference. I cheated, but I am not a cheater. I never cheated before him. Actually, he was my first boyfriend. So I didn't even have an opportunity to cheat before him, but I have never cheated after. And that's because I'm not a cheater. But I cheated in response to, okay, if you're not here, then I'm not here. I can't physically leave here because you have convinced me that I can't survive on my own. And that's something that I learned to never allow again. Never allow a man to mentally manipulate me and to tell me who and what I am. To be strong enough in myself that I can stand on my own. And to always have the financial means that if I got to go, I got to go. I was in that situation and I found myself doing things that were out of character. And people can't find themselves doing things that are out of character. But if you're dealing with the cheater, can he outgrow that? Can she outgrow that? I'm sure. You know, I can't speak to it personally. All the people that I know that are cheaters still are cheaters. But the people that I know who have cheated don't cheat anymore. So, you know, you have to discern the difference. And some people may argue there's no difference. If you cheat, you're a cheater. Go ahead and comment below. Do you believe there's a difference between a cheater and someone who cheated? I'm going to go ahead and loop Dre in and see what he thinks about this whole J.R. Smith situation. And why do men cheat? Why do married men cheat? Why do men in relationships cheat? And I think it's just because the commitment's already there. So me and you, we gonna have some fun. Like he said, me and Mrs. Jones have a thing going on. I bet you he didn't say that about what he had going on with his wife. It was a thing over here. Mrs. Jones was the thing. His wife was his wife. Alright, y'all. I told y'all I was gonna loop Dre in because I've given you the female perspective, but you know.
She needs a male perspective.
I don't need the male perspective.
Yes, everybody needs a male perspective.
So just the male perspective. Alright, so you heard about J.R. Smith, right?
Not really, but he cheated.
Yeah, he cheated. And his wife got on social media and was praying for his soul and just that he be delivered from his cheating ways.
Oh, she said the devil was in him.
The devil was in him. I didn't listen to her prayer.
No, every time somebody do something, it's like, oh, he had the devil in him.
Oh, yeah.
That's why he did it.
Can't nobody do nothing on their own. It's all the devil's fault.
No personal choices yourself.
No personal choice. No free choice here. Anywho, my theory is, my question is, why is it so easy for men to cheat?
Oh, it's because men, by nature, we like to conquer. And it's so easy, women nowadays. And that's what we do. We conquer women. Well, not me anymore, I've conquered mine.
All right, so maybe I put too much thought into it. As women, we think too much.
You do.
But my theory is it's easier for a man to cheat because he's already committed somewhere else. It takes a man forever to enter into a commitment, And then once he's entered into that commitment, he's like, all right, I'm already committed over here, so I go do whatever the hell I want to over here because there's no more fear or threat of commitment.
That's not true.
Help me understand.
I'm trying to tell you, it's the conquering factor.
No, that's not true because you don't cheat, as far as I know.
No, I don't.
Hit my inbox if he is.
What?
You know, every woman that comes out here and is like, my man don't cheat, and then broads all pop in their inbox talking about, I just got the message from the baby moms talking about you was still trying to sleep with her when we got together.
That was a bold-faced lie. That bitch was whack.
I believe that to be untrue.
Golly. Anyway, back to the JR.
Okay, so yeah, that was it. He cheated. Currently cheating. He said they're separated, so I guess there's a difference. If you're separated, you can run these streets.
Didn't they just have a sick baby?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how many kids they have.
Is the baby alright?
Oh, the sick baby. I don't know.
Wait till the baby got healed up before he started cheating.
Did he ever stop cheating?
He might have never stopped. You know the NBA dudes, they got women all over the place.
Yeah, pimping all over the world.
Literally.
Yeah, so I don't understand, like, what number cheat is the cheat that breaks the camel's back?
How many times you gotta cheat before you say it's over with? That's what you're saying?
How many times you gotta cheat before you publicly and go do a prayer on social media? Like, we know dudes been cheating. Well, we don't know, but we can assume that there is a man out there. We won't say this one specifically, but I can guarantee you there's at least one man out there who chronically cheats on his wife, his girlfriend, his fiance.
I know a couple of them.
But then wifey finally goes public with, oh my God, he cheated on me. Well, she been cheating. Why is it all of a sudden this one is...
And you been new.
Yeah, and you married him cheating. You probably cheated with him to get him.
Oh.
You know, but this one is the one. So if we can speak of a frame of reference so that we all know what I'm talking about, let's just assume J.R. Smith has been cheating their entire duration of their relationship. But this is the one that she goes on social media and does a public prayer. I don't understand that.
I just know, like, as a man, like, when I was in my cheating days or whatever, back in the day, when I had a plethora of women, it was just, like, I don't see how many I can bone.
Was it cheating? Did all of them know about each other?
I don't know if it was cheating.
Did all of them know about each other?
They didn't know about each other, but I wasn't, like, relationship or nothing.
Okay, well then you're just sleeping with multiple people. That's different.
Oh.
Have you ever cheated?
I think so.
I think so. I hate when he does it like he knows, but he's like, I think.
I can't, because I don't practice cheating.
I don't practice cheating.
I don't practice cheating. That ain't nothing that you just walk around practicing.
Yeah. All right, so now the question is there a difference between cheating and cheater? Yeah. Green.
I just think men cheat because they can.
No, that wasn't the question. The question is there a difference between being a cheater and cheating? Cheated.
Cheating, no.
It's the same thing?
Same thing.
All right, so then that makes me a cheater.
You're a cheater.
Because I cheated.
You cheated?
When I was 18.
You cheated before then, too, didn't you?
When I was 18?
What about the situation we're dealing right now? Wait.
What situation? If you tell me I cheated...
See, y'all just be messing with her because she talking about, my period ain't dropped yet. And I done got a vasectomy. I told her.
No, and Bailey just came home yesterday or the day before talking about your sperm is viable for up to 3 months after a vasectomy. So no, I haven't had my period, and yes, I'm going to buy me a pregnancy test, and we're gonna see what it is. Red.
She's not pregnant.
Red.
As the apple turns.
We're going to see.
She is not pregnant.
We're gonna see what it is, but like the first thing that came out of his mouth is,
it ain't mine.
You a floozy.
You're a floozy.
Yo, cheating ass floozy.
You the one that just said you're a cheat.
I said I cheated. I think there's a difference between someone who cheated and someone who's a cheater. I've never cheated after that, but he was cheating on me. I tell the story earlier in this episode why I cheated.
Why you cheat this time?
Young cosmetology school. All right, y'all.
It paid off.
Easy. I paid $18,000 to meet my husband.
It's $22,000 now if you go today. It's
Yeah.
$22,000.
I would have paid $22,000 to meet my husband too.
With this beard and this hair?
You would have been. If you look like this in cosmetology school, we would have been together sooner.
No, we wouldn't. No, you don't like this. You said you didn't like it when we got together. You made me cut it off in 2016 and then made me grow it back.
Because when you cut it off, I was like, oh. On second thought.
Grow that right back.
Yeah, we like the beard. All right, y'all. Come on, Ma. You know I got a wife. Even though this tight, I'm not gonna jeopardize my life. Take your time when you liking a guy, because if you sense that your feelings is too intense, then it's pimp or die.